After understanding about dimensional formulae and dimensional equations, let us understand what is dimensional analysis. So we have learned about what is the concept of dimensions, and with the help of this we can understand the physical behavior in much better way. So we also learn what are the physical quantities that can be added or subtracted. For addition or subtraction, both the physical quantities must have the same dimensions, otherwise they cannot be added or subtracted. This is the first thing. Also, this understanding of this dimensional analysis, so this will help us checking the derivation, whether our derivation is correct or not. Dimensional consistency, whether the dimensions are consistent, and homogeneity of various mathematical expression. With the help of this we can check. Suppose left hand side of a dimension of any equation gives one dimension and right hand side which is equal to this gives another dimension, then our analysis is wrong. Right hand dimension must be equal to left hand dimension, both must be equal. So in this way we can check the formulae with the help of this dimensional analysis. That means this formula is correct or not correct. We can add certain quantities, whether they will be added or not we can simply tell by seeing their dimension. Suppose a, any quantity has dimension lt to the power 2, another quantity has ml to the power lt to the power 2. So can these quantities be added? No, both have different dimensions. These quantities cannot be added. If we want to add this quantity, then what we should do? We should divide this quantity either by m, or we should multiply this first quantity by m. Then both have the same dimensions, then both can be added. So this type of things we can tell with this dimensional analysis. So hence this is of a very great importance. When magnitudes of two or more physical quantities are multiplied, their units should be treated in the same manner as the ordinary algebraic symbols. So again, if we are multiplying L and M, so what we do? We simply write it as M into L. We can cancel identical units in the numerator. So as we have just learned, ml square divided by m, so we will simply get L square. So this help us in maintaining the consistency of different formulae. So if there is a formula given and that is not consistent, so we can make those formulae consistent with the help of this dimensional analysis. The same is true for dimension of a physical quantity. Physical quantities represented by symbols on both sides of a mathematical equation must have the same dimensions. So suppose we have an equation like this: acceleration equal to velocity upon time. If somebody makes some mistake and he or she writes it like this: velocity upon time square, you do the dimensional analysis, you get here L t minus 2, and this side is velocity is Lt minus 1, and again this is divided by t minus 2. So what you get? You get left hand side to be Lt minus 2 and right side to be Lt minus 1 and t minus 2, Lt minus 3. Both are not equal, hence there is some mistake in this analysis. So these are fundamental concept. So with the help of these dimensional analysis, you can tell whether this any formula generated or any formula created is correct or not. Now, how do we check the consistency of equation with this dimensional analysis? The magnitudes of physical quantities may be added together or subtracted from one another only if they have same dimensions. So this we have learned. Length can be only subtracted from length. Suppose we have one length and we are subtracting another length from this. Suppose we have a long rope, we can cut rope from rope. If we have mass, we cannot subtract length from mass. This is not correct. We can subtract length from length only. We cannot subtract. So in other words, we can add or subtract similar physical quantities. That means we can add both the lengths, or mass can be added into mass. We cannot add length into mass. So this is not possible. Thus velocity cannot be added to force. We cannot add velocity into force, or an electric current cannot be subtracted from the thermodynamic temperature. We cannot subtract this temperature from the electric current. Oh sorry, this is time, this must be K, this must be K. So we cannot subtract temperature from the current, or we cannot add these two quantities, because one has dimension of current and another one has dimension of temperature. So we cannot add these quantities. Just by simply looking the formula that dimensions are wrong, we can tell that this formula is not correct. This principle is called the principle of homogeneity of dimension. This is called principle of homogeneity of dimension in an equation, is useful in checking the correctness of an equation. So with the help of this, we can check whether the equation is correct. If the dimensions of all terms are not same, the equation is wrong. Hence, if we derive an expression for the length of an object, length can be distance, distance is also length, regardless of symbols appearing in the original mathematical relation, when all the individual dimensions are simplified, the remaining dimension must be that of length. Suppose we generate a complex formula, some distance, and we generate a complex formula, x square, y to the power cube, z to the power square, and something something, a to the power 4. So this is a very complex formula. This is a very complex formula. But when we do the dimensional analysis, since this is distance, this has the dimension of length. So all these quantities after solving must have the dimension of length. If this is not true, this formula is definitely wrong. So this is, they are trying to say with this in this very long paragraph. Similarly, if we derive an equation of speed, the dimensions of both sides of the equation when simplified, after simplification must be length per time, that means LT minus 1. So definitely left hand side speed is LT minus 1, right side must have the dimension which satisfy this equation. Dimensions are customarily used in preliminary test of consistency of an equation. What is the meaning of this? Meaning of this, before using any equation, we first check whether this is dimensionally correct or not. If there is some doubt about the correctness of equation, suppose we have an equation and we see that it is not correct. So what we do, we first do the dimension test. Many of the time in the exams, you are given 4 options, and out of those 4, 2 are not dimensionally correct. So easily you are remaining with, if you don't know the answer, you are remaining with only 2 options, because those 2 are dimensionally correct, other 2 are not dimensionally correct. So definitely now you have much more chance to correctly answer that question, because 2 are not dimensionally correct. However, the dimensional consistency does not guarantee the correct equations. So definitely this is not a guarantee that equation is correct. This just tells you that dimensionally this equation is correct. This is not a foolproof way, but it will tell, because suppose in the exam you are given that suppose velocity, what is the formula for velocity in this case? You are given 4 options, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you check the dimension. 1 is definitely not that, 4 is definitely not that, 2 and 3 are at least dimensionally correct. So that means answer could be 2 or 3. But again, this is not a foolproof method. This will give you hint that these 2 options are definitely not correct, but it is not a foolproof plan. So it is uncertain to extent of dimensionless quantities of the or functions. The argument, so what is the meaning of this? If suppose there are dimensionless quantities like some numbers 2 pi, this does not have any dimension, 2 pi. So these can be added or removed from any equation, but dimensional consistency must be there. Also we can check different type of functions. like all trigonometry log function and exponential functions must be dimensionless. A very simple example is that suppose we have this function exponential e. E is energy. This must be divided by some other function which makes it dimensionless. So whether we put half mv square here or any other type of energy, but this number must be dimensionless. There must not be any dimension. Similarly, no trigonometric function have a dimension. So also a pure number ratio of similar physical quantities like angle. What we have learned in case of angle, angle was arc upon radius. So arc is also length and this radius is also length. So this angle radian does not have any dimension. So in this way we check refractive index of any optical object like water or glass. This is also dimensionally, this must not have any dimension. So in this way we check the consistency of dimensions of any quantity, and the dimensions both sides should be consistent, and most of the quantities, suppose we get some dimensions with some trigonometric number or with this index, this refractive index, we can say this analysis is somehow wrong because we are getting some dimensions.